82.2 million people live in Germany, whilst 8.7 million of them are foreigners. Let's find out where they come from. Hello and welcome back to another Minderesting Pictures video. So as I said before already, 82.2 million people live in Germany and 8.7 million of them are actually foreigners. And those numbers are actually official numbers from the Ausländerzählregister, or in English the Central Register for Foreigners, which is conducted by the German Federal Administrative Office. Although those numbers are actually from the end of 2015. Why, you might ask? Because the numbers from 2016 are not yet released, because, and the official reason for that is that new technical methods are undertaken to improve the whole system, I suppose, and the new numbers will be released by May of 2017 or even later. But still, it is time for us right now to find out where the foreigners who live in Germany come from. But what do you need to do to be an official foreigner in Germany? Well, you have to live in Germany at least 3 months or longer, and you're not allowed obviously to have the German citizenship, so that's why you are considered to be a foreigner in Germany. But before we get into where they actually come from, here are some general statistics about the population of Germany. From those 82.2 million people living in Germany in 2015, 17.1 million people had actually a migration background. 737,575 people were born in 2015 in Germany, whilst 925,200 people died. And now let's get to the interesting part, where the foreigners actually come from. And I will tell you the 25 biggest nationalities, or nations, or people from those nations living in Germany, starting from 25 to 21. On P25 is Macedonia, followed by people from the United Kingdom, so the UK. On P23 is the USA, whilst Chinese citizens take P22. And last but not least in this group are the French people on P21. Let's move on to the next group from P20 to P16, and on P20 are people from Afghanistan, followed by the Ukrainians, whilst the Portuguese follow them on P18, and just after that are the citizens of the Iraq, whilst the Dutch round up this group because they are on P16. Let's take a look at the last group before we go to the top 10. So P15 to P11, and on P15 are the people from Spain, followed by Bosnia and Herzegovina, followed by the Hungarians, and then their neighbors from Austria, whilst on P11 are the people from the Kosovo. So on P10 then are the Bulgarians, with roughly a number of 227,000 people living in Germany, followed by the Serbians with a number of roughly 230,000 people. The Russians are on P8 with a slightly bigger number, with also roughly 230,000 people. Also, people from Croatia live in Germany with a total number of roughly 300,000 people. On P6 are the Greek, with round about 340,000 citizens living here in Germany. The top 5 begin with people from Syria, who make up a number of roughly 370,000 people, and again please bear in mind that those numbers are from the end of 2015, so by now those numbers might be, or those numbers are actually higher. Romanians follow right after that with roughly 450,000 in Germany. Well, and who brings us always the pizza and pasta? I know it's such a prejudice, but still, it's kind of true, isn't it? It's P3, it's the Italians, with roughly 600,000 of them living in Germany. So now it's getting really interesting. On P2 are the Polish, with a number of roughly 740,000 people living in Germany. And last but not least, perhaps you have guessed it already, on P1 are the Turkish people, with a number, with the only number which is above 1 million. It's at round about 1,500,000 people. And by the way, here are the German states with the lowest numbers of foreigners. And by the way, these are also the German names. Mecklenburg-Vorpommern with 3.7%, Brandenburg with 3.6%, Sachsen with 3.9%, Sachsen-Anhalt 3.9%, and Thüringen with 3.8%. Interestingly enough though, those states right here have the highest amount of people who are against foreigners, and also the highest amount of people which tend to vote right-wing, which is, I think, very much interesting, because there are states where the numbers are at 15% or even 16%, which are much higher, and where people tend to vote less for the right populists. Just a coincidence, or could there be some reasoning behind it? Let me know in the comments below what you think about those numbers, and if there's perhaps a coincidence or not. You will find the links to these statistics down there in the description box, and there's not much more to say other than thank you very much for watching, and until next time, as always, stay interested to be Minderesting. Goodbye.